Hello, this is a quick demo of how to upload a virtual machine image to the Clemson OneCloud using the Boto Python library's S3 interface. I've already started the Python interpreter and defined a few variables for my cloud credentials, which are the access ID, access secret key, and my canonical ID. Those were provided to me by my cloud administrator. So first we need to import some libraries from Boto. Okay, so now that we've imported some of the libraries for our demo here, we need to create a region for our EC2 interface. So we're just going to define a region info, and the name of our region will be Open Nebula, and the endpoint will be chimney.cs.clemson.edu. Now that we have our region defined, we can start to create some connections. So we'll create a connection object for our S3 interface. I'm going to use the variables that I defined earlier for my access credentials. The host will be our endpoint, which is chimney.cs.clemson.edu. Our interface is running on port 8888. And we're not running HTTPS, so we'll set that to false and define our calling format to be the ordinary calling format. And then we just need to define an EC2 connection. And again, I'm going to use the access ID that was provided to me and my access secret, and then specify the EC2 region object that we created earlier. And our EC2 interface is running on port 8443. It is running secure. Okay, so now that we have our connections created, what we need to do is create a key object for our image. So we're going to create a key, and we need to give it the bucket to store it in. And the bucket that you have to use is called repo. Okay, and for the key we need to specify a key name, which must follow the format VMS/string/string. And those two strings are going to be the canonical ID of the user and our image name that we want it to be called on S3. And then what we want to do is specify the file name for the image. So we're going to load it from, I have this image called tctest.img, and what it's going to do is upload the image now to the S3 interface. And this part may take a few minutes depending on the size of your image, so you'll just have to be a little patient. Okay, so now that that has finished uploading, what we want to do is get a list of all the objects that are in our bucket. So we're just going to use a simple loop for that. And we'll use the get bucket so that we're only looking at our repo bucket, and get all keys. And as you can see, we have one key entry called VMS, and then a canonical ID, and then tctest.image, which is what I specified. And so what we're going to do is look at the images that are in our EC2 connection. And you'll see that right now there are 4 images on the EC2 connection, and so what we need to do is register our new VM with our EC2 interface. So what we're going to do is call our EC2 register image, and what we need to do is specify the image location as the name of our key entry. And so I'm just going to copy and paste that in there. And if I print out new ID, you'll see that it's created the ID AMI38. And if we go back up to our get all images loop and we print those back out, you'll see that AMI38 now appears in our EC2 connection list of images. And so that is how you upload a new virtual machine image to the Clemson onecloud using the Boto Python library and the Clemson onecloud's S3 and EC2 interfaces. Thank you very much.